you didn't take advantage of their ignorance on the subject. You didn't take advantage of their back against the wall. You didn't do none of that shit, bro. You really changed their lives, bro. I've never seen something like that, man.
Well, you know,
so I definitely. If you're watching this, for the people watching, let this be the proof you need if you really are looking for somebody that is genuine, that has integrity in their craft. Definitely. So what's up, Greg?
You know what I mean? Like if you can guide somebody, you can guide somebody, but it's not your job to do what they should be able to do for themselves. You know what I mean? So if you're able to send me some literature and I can read it, now I can stand in the courtroom by myself. I think everybody that puts their mind to wanting to win wins. Like I said, I had 10 cases. I had 10 cases. You know what I mean? I got custody of my son. Full custody of my son, you know what I mean, and that was the first step, and then the cases that I owe back pay for, I started closing out them cases.
Wow.
Yeah, it can be done.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying, though, Greg. It's like these are real people, real lives, and
hey,
it's
appreciate you, Tiger.
Yes, sir.
Hey, love, Tiger. Appreciate you dropping in. So. I believe you, Greg. I don't want to believe you.
You gotta believe me, because I don't. If I said it this way, people would take it the wrong way. I don't care that much.
you should though, bro.
I just think that people could win. I think we have one more, and she can close it out.
But hold on. But I mean, you could start putting her on. But the thing is, though, Greg, is if you do not do this, and God forbid, tomorrow you're not here, we have to wait another, 100 years, 20, 40 years for another Greg DOSS, or for you to reincarnate and live the life and do the shit again because you decided not to help people right now, bro.
I don't think it's like that, but
yeah, bro. We gotta start. We gonna put this school together for you, bro. We need the people to follow you and subscribe to the school so people can learn, so you can keep doing this, bro. I'm not gonna let you stop. But yeah, who you got on the phone though?
I got Miss Benell. I'm waiting for her she has to unmute. I think she has to hit the action button or something. Oh, she's on there.
Oh, I didn't.
What's your name?
Cersei.
Cersei?
Cersei. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. I'm glad the information is finally getting out there.
Definitely. Where are you from? I'm
in Atlanta.
Oh, see, now we got somebody who's not so biased and from Tampa. Okay, so from somebody so how do you know Greg? Is he the truth?
He's been the truth. I think Greg just is in denial of the fact that a lot of people aren't confident going into the courtroom. Like, he doesn't have a problem with it, and there's some people who don't, but the majority of people do, because of the theatrics, and it's set up for people to be intimidated when going in the courtroom. Just like I've told him for quite some time, these people spent a lot of money to go to school to get these degrees, and they have these systems set up. So they're not just going to let you come in.
Right. They're going to
knock it down. Right? You're going to have to work through it. So, there are a lot of guys that are looking for an easy out. There is no easy out. And the reason these, which you'll call them package boys, are successful, because you have people with a 5th grade comprehension level speaking about something, and it sounds simple, but it's not that simple. Going to jail is simple.
I don't know why you guys want to laugh at me, bro. So Packet Boys, child support is fraud. How do you feel about him?
I think he's a nut.
He's a nut is crazy.
Anybody
what do you mean?
Him,
he's a nut.
He's a nut because if you listen to him, what he says doesn't make sense. In addition to that, the thing that he has as evidence clearly shows that he just brought the mistake to the attention of the court and it was resolved. He didn't have to fight through anything. It wasn't his kid. What are
Wait,
you
wait, wait,
fighting
wait, wait,
for?
whoa. Wait, you know his case?
I looked his case up
No,
because
wait, you
he,
looked his case up.
yeah, because
No, you didn't. No,
someone
you
sent me
didn't.
one of, yes, someone sent me one of his posts and I think he's a moron. So I'm like, this guy is a moron. And so I said he was a moron in the comments. So he's like, oh, I got proof. And he was like, go to my page and look for proof. Say less. I did.
No way. Okay,
And
so
then I,
so his case is public record?
yes, it is.
All
So
cases are.
anybody could go look at this.
Yes. All
All
you got
right,
to
Greg.
go
Hey,
do is
Greg. When we
look
get
up
off, we're
Lying
gonna go look at
Lionel.
this. The
Yes,
lying
Lying
Lionel is
Lionel.
crazy.
Lying Lionel was in LA County, I believe. LA
Right.
County, California. All you gotta do is put Lion Lionel's government. I mean, he got his document up there with his name on it. Just go look at it.
Wow. So okay, so what was his case though? Because Greg's not too familiar with the case, I guess today. So yeah, let's hear from you. What is
Okay.
the case?
So basically the case was some broke woman needed welfare,
He's coming crazy.
right?
Wild.
Some broke chick needed welfare. Okay, or let me not say that. Someone in desperate need needed welfare. Okay,
Right.
let me phrase that better, right? She needed welfare, and when they fill out the paper, you got to put somebody's information. She could have put Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. You know what I'm saying? She could have put you,
But she put child
right?
support as fraud.
But she put Lying Lionel on the paperwork. So because I don't know, I guess they weren't able to get in contact with him. I don't know how that part went as far as how did they get to where he got a default judgment, they were garnishing him, whatever he claims happened. But he finally responded to it, right? And he just provided documentation showing his age, whatever. He challenged it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Dismissed. Filed an error. The end. He had to fight nothing."
So, but one of the key components that I heard, and I'm wondering if anybody on the call can let me know if what I'm saying is correct. But he actually had an inside connection. I think somebody at the clerk's office or something.
Listen, the clerk will help you if you ask questions, or if they see you don't know what the hell you doing.
Yeah,
No,
what
no. I heard a different story. I heard he was smashing the chick in the clerk's office. Is that
He
true?
might have been. Maybe that's why she was chummy. I don't know. But what I do know
Wow. So maybe
is,
because he doesn't file written he files written demands. He doesn't file motions. So do you
okay,
think that
first of
maybe
all,
there's no is that in the court record that he does that?
no, that's on his Instagram.
Yeah.
lies. He ain't filed not one writ in his own case because it didn't take all that.
Wow, so he never filed no writs or
There was
demands?
no writ, and a writ for what? There are all types of writ. A writ is just a type of document. That type of document for what? A
I'm
writ
saying
for
so
what?
he's
Possession
lying
of
on his
what?
content then.
And typically you
I'm
wouldn't
asking
file
you,
a
is
writ.
he
You
lying
wouldn't
on his
file a writ in
content?
the circuit court anyway. Typically, it's a circuit court case, so he would have filed a writ to the appellate court typically.
Right.
And his
Right.
case never got to the appellate court level. The circuit
Okay.
court did its job. It just corrected. The circuit
Yeah.
court corrected its error, or the
Right.
That's
issuing
it.
court just corrected its error.
So Daniel, you want to hear something mind blowing?
I would
Oh,
love it.
Okay. So I was just suing Safe Light recently, right? I just sued Safe Light Auto Glass, me by myself, an individual, because they had me bent like elbows and knees about the shabby job they did to my car, right?
Right.
And guess what? I filed something into the record, but I forgot to add a page. And you know what happened? The clerk called me. She was like, "Hey, I see that you were attempting to file this, but I can't accept it unless you file this too. So I'm gonna go ahead
Wow.
and reject it, add it, and then resubmit it, and I'll go ahead and approve it." So you don't think they work like that in LA?
Wow.
yeah. They
You see what
Wow.
I'm saying?
they can be
Yeah.
helpful at times. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so is he some legal eagle or another ass nigga? I don't know. You can
I
pick.
don't know. I was on his Instagram today and he was rolling in the grass at the graveyard talking about arrears chasing him to the grave. I don't know how I feel about that.
Listen, I saw him around here in front of the ATM I saw him in front of the ATM talking about garnishing. That nigga's a noodle. He's a
No.
nut. I saw
He
it
said
like that
comment
whole.
he said comment levy and he's gonna respond. He had about 100
Yeah,
comments, 100 levies.
but here's the thing, though. There is going to be a levy because you're going to jail.
Wow. Yeah, I
Because that
did.
stuff that he's doing is not helping anyone. And you know what's so disheartening for me is the fact that there are people that are out here in desperate situations, and he's basically exploiting their desperation,
Wow. See, finally
right?
somebody said it on the call. I didn't want to say it. I was trying to get
Yeah, he's exploiting that, and it's not fair. And I feel like a lot of men don't come forward because y'all got your egos and all that, and y'all don't want to look crazy.
No,
But you're in a desperate
no, we're on.
situation.
No. I put my story out there. I could give a fuck about being embarrassed. The people got to know he is exploiting the people who need help.
Exactly. And
For real.
lucky for you, you were able to, pay your way out of the situation. What about those who can't?
That's important
Oh,
right
wait,
there.
whoa. So you're talking about like, what if a CTA driver, he got locked up that day, couldn't go to drive his route the next day, lost his job, came out six
Yep.
months, couldn't pay it. Yeah. Well, what about
Yep.
people like that though? You
Lost
think
his
you think
job,
he's leaving
lost
them
his
on red?
car,
Is he leaving
lost
them on red though?
Yep. Yeah, he is.
Wow.
Of course he is.
Wow.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah. See,
What
and Greg picks up his phone though.
Listen, I don't even think he need to pick up his phone because I really feel like he's above that.
No, but that
Like
shows you
them
what kind of person he is though.
he's such a good person, and he's such a good person that he got these nuts that he'll try to help because he's such a genuine person,
We
and
gotta
they'll
put
be
it
trying to
PG. We got
call.
kids watching.
I'm sorry.
Listen, we gotta keep it PG. We got kids watching.
Okay, I apologize, but nonetheless, but nonetheless, right? He'll try to help genuinely because he's been there and he understands how useful someone like him could have been for him while he was going through what he was going through. So he shows up how he would have loved to have someone to flank and show up for him as they're going through these situations. But
That's
what does
deep.
he get? He gets people who buy packages and then report fraud.
Yeah. Hey, if Greg turns packet boy, I don't know what I would do.
No,
I
he
can't.
doesn't.
Well,
And the
I can't
crazy
do that.
part is, no one can make you a packet. No one can make you a packet that's going to be effective if they don't know anything about your case. I just wonder, do y'all read them?
I read them and I
Because
memorized them, and I went into the court with my fist balled up, face blue, and he locked me up. That's not true story.
Hey, look, man. It's
Yeah.
not.
Hey, thank you for getting on the call, though. Thank you for getting on the call. Definitely appreciate the testimony
no
and
problem.
everything you had to say. Yeah, I feel like these guys are being nice. So if finally somebody about that life hopped on the call.
I would say this if possible because I don't know as we get ready to close this out.
No, we got one more topic and then we're gonna close out. But go ahead.
I was gonna say anybody who's done something. I've been always firm on this thing. A person can show you what they've done, and it doesn't tell you how they did it. So when I used to go into and people would ask me questions, you'll see things other than just my child support stuff. But just because it's a topic, this is the child support case information. And inside of here you'll see dockets, and this is my Dropbox, but you can like this is what a docket looks like, our case summary. And everybody should have it. You should see the name, the given name, and it's all public record. That's why I don't have any problem showing it.
Wow.
But go down to the very bottom of this, and I was getting my ass kicked for a long time, bro. But you go down to the bottom of this, can you see that?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Termination of child support services.
That's insane. Yeah, dismiss.
Yeah. And then there's another one, another case, different case number, different individual case.
Yeah, for the people that's watching that maybe got a letter in the mail like I did, you guys are gonna get real familiar with what he's pulling up. It's actual docket file, and the docket file is basically a fucking a record of what you guys are talking about in the case.
Yeah. And then so you get the hint. There's other ones here. You'll get the same thing. like the end of child support letters. And for those who don't know, my given name is Chagret. So that's not a secret. So I had a guy tell me one time, it's not even you, it's not Greg, it's some guy named Sergeant. Hey man, my mom didn't name me no damn Greg. My name is Chagret. But that's my name. And it says, this is just one of them. We told them to reinstate your license because we're no longer enforcing the support order.
So you didn't forge these documents and make these documents
Hey,
to
I
be.
tell people all the time, I'm not creative. I don't sing. I don't play any instruments. I catch a football and I can dance. And and then let me come up out of here. And this is the stuff that was in the Dropbox, which is actually on the how do you do this stuff? Proof. And you'll see other stuff in there also. And this is the one that I think I liked more, which is kind of interesting.
Oh wow, we on good time. All right, I'm back, man. I'm back with another one. Thought it wasn't gonna be another one. All right, what you showing the people, man?
Right there, the termination of child support services.
Okay.
You see the clerk stamp?
Yeah. So these are real documents.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, you guys are lucky you're showing you this because out of everybody I've ever rocked with on this journey, I've never seen somebody's paperwork.
Now, even though this is the case that a lot of people found out about me, which is the Denton case, the one that's on my page where I'm got the green background. This judge just decided not to see me anymore. So you see it closed it.
All right.
There you go.
So one of the things that I mean that's all the truth you guys need. So there's really nothing else to say. It's in black and white right there. But one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is
And here's the one for here's the driving cases as well. So I know people probably this is about child support, but unfortunately or fortunately, all these are cases that I won that dealt with driving. See that no process, driving without license, which actually they say no process, but I had to go to court multiple times. And it's the same thing you get it from the Dropbox. A couple of these are going to be dismissed like that. Same thing. See, that was a felony one, reduced to county, and it got dismissed in the county. Criminal traffic dismissed. I got to actually update this. But go ahead. We can come
Speaking of traffic, there's a guy that I interviewed. He goes by the name of Don Kalam. He's actually one of the most recent interviews I dropped, and he's got this his I don't even know what to call it, approach on law and private life and stuff like that. And it just sounds really good, but I like to play devil's advocate and I don't want to really slander his name, but I do want to know what his teachings looks like to somebody like you. And one of the things that he was doing was teaching people how to become an actual national and to, basically not use a birth certificate, get this different type of passport, and actually have an ID. He's actually, I think, creating these IDs. How do you feel about that?
Before we do that, I want you to talk to somebody because he's here and he's important to anybody who may call me. If you can give him a couple minutes because he has to go. He's a former college football quarterback, but he's one of the guys that's we're a team, we're a unit here. Rick, unmute. And this is a gentleman that makes things so much easier for a lot of the guys that have numbers issues. Rick, tell them who you are and what you do for the GD Napsy brand.
All right. How you doing there, man? Rick here.
What's the word, man? How you feeling?
All right. Good. So my background is finance and accounting. I have an accounting degree and then I have a master's degree, and I've been kind of in the corporate world for probably the last 25 years. Worked for some big companies, Disney, Target, Gatorade, Tropicana, and I've done finance and accounting for those corporations that make billions of dollars. And then secondarily, I help individuals with their personal finance and their businesses, and just helping them understand profit and loss statements and all of that good stuff. And then as it relates to child support, because a lot of us have to go through the trials and tribulations of child support, and really number one, you got to know your case, and number two, you got to know the finances because money's what matters. So I've helped guys. We've looked through their case and understood the financials. And by understanding the financials and pretty much every person's case that I've reviewed, there's errors in the case. Now, in finance, numbers are numbers, but you have to ensure that the inputs going into the calculator is correct in order to get the correct output. And with a lot of the guys that I've reviewed, the inputs going in are incorrect. Therefore, it leads to a higher child support payment. So I'm kind of the person too that will help people to review their numbers and their case such that it can be lowered. And one example, this gentleman, he has a few kids, but anyway, the court based him as only having one child, so he wasn't getting credit for his other kids, and that's significant. And then two, a lot of people may not be getting credit if you're paying the insurance. So it's just little different things that I can help people with as we review their case.
Nice, man. That's dope. So you guys work together.
Yeah, he actually came. He's known me for a while, and kind of used the service, but he's on his own. But the guys around me are way smarter than me. I'll just say that.
Right. Right. I ain't trying to hear it, bro. You're very smart. So, but I do want people to know you guys can get all of this service from Greg. We're gonna make sure we put all of the information that you need to get in contact with him in the description below. But you're not dodging this topic, bro. How do you feel about this guy making IDs and saying that he can drive and speed off on the cops?
Well, you can make an ID. Whether it's legal or not is a different issue.
Yeah.
I personally would not suggest playing with these people like that, especially in this political climate. If you want excitement, go to Busch Gardens or go to Disney World or something. I don't know. I don't suggest doing anything that would put you in jeopardy, physical jeopardy, unless you're really trying to make a point. I'll say I could be Nelson Mandela on principle. I've been told that's not wise, but a lot of what I learned was based upon principle. So I was willing to go to jail, willing to figure it out. I had tremendous support from my family, and they would just shake their heads because why don't we just pay it all? I'm like, don't take the one thing that I have, which is my fight. I wouldn't suggest it. And going back to what Miss Cersei said is, I would, if I had known me years ago, I would not be on this phone call now.
Yeah.
No doubt. So I don't suggest doing anything that's silly because, your freedom is your freedom. And many people have responsibilities. I don't know enough about what this guy's supposedly doing, but I know who issues. In fact, the constitutions tell you who can issue certain kinds of document. It's built into the Constitution of the United States government and the state government.
One of his biggest things was if there's no victim, there's no crime.
But what if it's not a crime? What if the issue is not a criminal issue?
Then there's nothing to talk about.
Okay, but the states have the right to regulate the roads. That's part of the police powers of the state, and those powers are not Those powers are not delegated to to the federal government through the Constitution. Thus, it goes to the states.
But I'm sure that you're familiar with the people who are doing this whole driving, getting pulled over thing, and they say I'm traveling. How do you feel about that?
Okay, just let me know how it works out.
So yeah, they going to jail, bro. Am I gonna see them in there with me when I go back or what?
Well, I know one time is it Miss Benell, was it 3 times and your ass gonna get a felony or something like that they habitualize you or something like that? I don't know if she's not listening, but yeah, I think if they get you 3 times, you might get habitualized.
Oh my God.
That means that the misdemeanor becomes I believe it's 3 times.
Yes.
See, but I just wonder though, because you said what?
Yes, it's become a pattern in practice, so they upcharge you.
Are you familiar with the whole sovereign citizen? I'm a Moor and I'm a private individual. I go by my own rules and no victim, no crime.
Yeah.
And I told you it's easy to go to jail.
Those people are going to jail. So you're telling me Don
No,
Colon
he
is
said
taking
it's
people to
easy. It's
jail?
easy to go to jail. Being a Moor is one thing. I can say I'm a Moor. Doesn't mean I'm a moron. I can say I'm a Moor just as easy as I can say I'm Amish or something else. But you
Right.
still have to follow the law.
Why are they? I mean, Don Colon's pretty big, bro. Like I seen him in a picture with Busta Rhymes, and like he's pretty big, bro.
I can't speak to what he does. I don't know him well enough, but I do know one thing. She just said it's easy to get. If I wanted to show you I can make something happen, I can run a red light while a cop is right there. I can park my truck in the middle of the street. It's a citation typically because it's not criminal. If I want to have an engagement and then prove to you that I can do something, I could actually go and do something like what do you call it? I think I might close up the screen. You can actually listen to some of my court cases while I'm in the courtroom and the judge dismisses the case. So you can hear
Right.
all these ones that you saw.
So
I
you're
didn't
saying
want that.
you're saying because he can't show that he has a success doing it, that he should that there's nothing to talk about until he actually goes to.
I don't know that that's what I didn't say that. I'm just saying if the
Oh,
person wants to show you that they can do something. She said it's easy to go to jail, and I'm like, well, I agreed. And if it's easy to go to jail, if I wanted to sell you, I don't tell anybody to have any child support issues. I just try to help you if you have one. I don't tell anybody want to go to jail. I don't tell anybody to get rear-ended in accidents. I've done all those kind of things on my own.
right.
But I do not suggest you playing with these people in this political environment
All right.
with some stuff that can get you locked up.
Yeah.
Because the consequence for forgery are, those documents that are federal documents. You ever heard of uttering a forged instrument?
Yeah.
Okay, you may have some kind of exposure for that if you're creating documents that are solely within the purview of a particular branch of government. Like only the federal government can coin money. States can't coin their own money.
Right.
And so I would just say be really careful with that stuff. If it were me, I'd be careful. But hey,
Man,
knock yourself out.
I'm glad you said that because one of the things that stood out to me after interviewing him, after talking to him and everything, in the interview, I was actually asking him, I'm like, man, what did you go into the feds for? And he did federal time. And he was like, I think it was counterfeit money. And then I was like, okay. So you went to the feds for counterfeit money. He went in there. He got a lot of education. He actually knows a lot. I think he got his doctorate degree in something. I'm not 100% sure in what, but I know that he graduated and everything. Um, but then I see he's actually uh, creating these IDs for people.
What you mean IDs?
Bro, I get this ID from him. It's a private ID, private life, private thing. I get pulled over, I show him the ID, and I'm supposed to get let go.
Where are you when you show them this ID?
In my car.
No, where on the
I'm
state
driving.
road?
I'm at the red light. I ran the red light. I forgot to turn my turn signal on. They pull me over, and I show them this ID I got from Don Kalam.
If it were me, I would look into what false ID might be and look at the elements. Because as you identify yourself, there's probably some statute somewhere that says what is an acceptable form of identification. That's
Right.
not as important as what may be an acceptable form of identification to verify your right to operate a vehicle on a state road. That might be the issue.
Yeah, I probably want to get you guys on a call, man. He's really big now. I was fortunate enough to get him at the Hit House Chicago, and we interviewed him over there. And it's crazy I found out about him because he actually wrote a book on how to stop child support. And I guess we'll just stop right here. But what he told me, what he says in the book is to own the name. So the legal fiction name is your name in all capital letters. We all know the straw man thing. And he's basically saying take ownership of the name. So go file an LLC with your name in all capital letters. You know, my name's Daniel Badea. Boom, go make an LLC and be Daniel Badea LLC. Trademark the name and then sue child support for copyright infringement for using your name on a contract. Does that work?
Well, it's interesting that we happen to have somebody on here who does business stuff, and she'll tell you, I believe one of the things when you set up an LLC, it has to be for legal purposes, doesn't it?
But we are the business.
No, one more time for those in the third row. When you establish it under the state law,
Right.
I believe one of the criterion is it must be for legal purposes.
Right.
Is that
You're
correct?
going to jail.
You're going to jail. See, thank you, because Greg don't want to say
You're
it.
going to jail.
I'm asking the questions, Greg.
Hey, Rick told you that. Mike has told you that. There's certain things
Where am I
He
going,
like-
Greg? Am I going to jail, bro?
if they
Yes.
catch you
With that ID and I say,
Hold
this
on.
is me.
Daniel, depending on where you are, they gonna put them black gloves on.
and they gonna beat your ass.
Snatch you
They
up
gonna
out the
knock my
car, they
ass
gonna
out,
slam
ain't
you
they?
on your-
They
Yeah,
gonna
they gonna
knock
drop
my
you
ass
on your
out.
head.
Well, here's where there would be an issue, and I don't know what the issue would potentially be because you can't. Some states don't allow you to have an ID and a driver's license. If your
Right.
license is otherwise valid, and I don't know if he's telling you to take your license and turn it in so that you don't have a license at all, because you can
Right,
always
we don't need
go
a license because a
Okay.
license is a copy is a contract with the state.
There you go, that foolishness.
Right.
But you can rescind the license because it is in a sense an agreement between you and the DMV. If you
Right.
rescind your license and they find you doing something and you don't have the license, then you may have an issue. And I'm not going to get into how you're going to be insured without a license. Of course, you can be bonded personally. There's a whole lot of things that can go on. I just say if you want some entertainment, go to Disney World, man.
All right, man. Hey, salute to Greg DOSS, man. Greg DOSS is out here changing a lot of lives. You guys heard it for yourself. Don't believe everything you hear on the internet. Go do your Googles. I always tell you, do your fucking Googles and figure out what you're doing before you do it. Greg DOSS, man, appreciate you for sitting on this platform with me. I know I took a lot of your time, but your education, man, is real, bro. And I want people out here to really learn the real. We got a lot of fluff out here, so I appreciate you taking this time with me.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate you and everything you do. And anybody else who wants to reach out to me can find me on YouTube at Greg DOSS GDNAPSC, as you can see actually over my shoulder here. And go to GDNAPSC.com if you need any services. And I appreciate the opportunity.
No doubt, man. 773 DBTV here for the hungry and the needy, but not the greedy, man. Signing out. Appreciate you, Greg.
Y'all take care.